So you've been working your whole life toward retirement, and now you're wondering, is Las Cruces, New Mexico actually worth it? Should you pack up, leave the city you have always known, and start over in the desert? So today I'm going to walk you through the real pros and cons of retiring here. The healthcare, the daily logistics, the lifestyle, all of it. So you can make the decision of the full picture, not just the highlight reel. I'm Elaine. I've been doing real estate for about 8 years now. I was born and raised here in Las Cruces, and I have also lived in California and I've lived in Florida. So when I tell you what this city is and isn't, I truly do mean it. So let's get into it. Las Cruces is a small city that lives like a small town. And for a lot of people retiring from big cities, that is exactly the point. You want a pace of life that is slower. You want to be able to breathe. You want to stop white knuckling it on the freeway every morning. And that is genuinely what this city offers. Now, our biggest infrastructure drawback, and I'll be straight with you, is that the roads and layout were not designed for how many people live here now. We do have a rush hour. Kids get out of school at 2 and at 4, and that's going to slow things down a lot. Fridays around noon, because everybody's getting off of work early, they tend to be a little bit heavier out on the road. It is real. Traffic does happen. But here's some perspective. I've lived in California and I've lived in Florida. I know what traffic actually is. In Las Cruces, in a worst case scenario, you're looking at maybe 20, 30, 40 minutes to get across the city, depending on where you're going and the time of day. And that is if you're going through the city and getting through the lights. Now, if you're not going to be sitting on the highway and being on like break to break traffic. Oh man. You're not going to be sitting on a freeway for an hour going nowhere. And another thing I've noticed, we have a lot of retirees here and people just tend to drive a little bit on the slower side. Does that occasionally try someone's patience? It sure does. But road rage is not the culture here. We don't typically have it. Now, weather is another major pro. Our winters are genuinely mild. Sunny days in the high 50s to maybe low 60s during the day. And that's through most of the winter. Now, our summers are hot, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. July and August, we do hit the triple digits. And the heat hangs out around up until probably October. But what we don't have is tornadoes. We don't have ice storms. We don't have hurricanes. We may have some hail every other year. We might see snow once a year, but it really nothing to brag about, okay? Fortunately, our mountains do get that beautiful snow, giving us those incredible snow-capped views. The one weather thing worth mentioning is our monsoon season, and I do have a lot of people that ask me about it. So here, when it rains, sometimes it pours. Flooding does happen, but it's mostly concentrated closer to that downtown area, kind of like where everything goes like this. If you're in the Sonoma Ranch area or a little bit like in the outskirts of Las Cruces, you're going to be fine. And with this, let me bring something up for you guys. Always check the flood maps before you commit to a house. Flood insurance here can add an extra $100 or more a month to your cost. And I think that money is better spent on more house. But that's something that we can look at once we're looking at homes. Most of the newer subdivisions, which is what a lot more people ask me about, are not built in flood zones. So it is something that we'll always go for. But if you're coming from outskirts, like let's say Florida, and you're used to like insurance being super high and paying for flood insurance, maybe because of the hurricanes, here a lot of the areas don't have it as it is. So I also get a lot of questions about transportation. So let me answer this directly. Las Cruces is not exactly a walkable city. In the traditional sense, there are pockets where you can walk if you live downtown. You have restaurants, there's the farmer's market, there's coffee shops. There's a lot of locally owned shops for shopping that are within reach. But for the most part in the city, you will need a car. So if you're planning to retire here and thinking you can get by without one, the plan needs like some serious rethinking. Now, for those of you asking about public transportation, the city does operate, I believe it's the Roadrunner Transit, which runs on 8 fixed bus routes connecting major shopping areas and medical centers. Now, this is not New York with a million subways, okay? If you plan to use it, you need to plan ahead. It can work for certain trips and specifically for like seniors that are 60 and older, disabilities. From what I know, it's also free. You don't pay for it. The city also offers a service called Vámonos, which is a paratransit program. It provides wheelchair access, curb-to-curb shared rides that you can book in advance. That is actually a solid option for people who want an alternative to driving to medical facilities. So, car is going to be your primary mode of getting around. Transit exists, and in some real options, you need them, especially with Vámonos for senior demographic. But plan on having a car. Not, you're really going to hate it here. So I know there is a section that I know a lot of you came here for, and I want to give it to you straight because healthcare system is the number one concern I hear from retirees considering moving to Las Cruces. So what Las Cruces does have is 2 main hospitals. We have Mountain View Regional and we have Memorial Medical Center. Both are full service hospitals. They have emergency care, surgeries, routine procedures, a range of specialists for the everyday healthcare needs for most retirees. Primary care, cardiology basics, orthopedics, general surgery, you are covered locally. Now, the medical infrastructure here has grown a lot over the years and it continues to expand. So we may not always be this limited. We do have one newer hospital that I forgot to mention. It's called 3 Crosses. I do not know much about it, so I will find out about it. But it serves another area in the city, which I think really, really did need it, which is out in like the main highway. So what we do lack, and I'm going to be very upfront, is there are gaps. If you have a serious cardiac event or a complex cancer diagnosis, trauma situation requiring a level 1 trauma center, Las Cruces doesn't have that. For major trauma and highly specialized care, you're looking at El Paso, and that's about 45 minutes going south on I-10. And same goes for those subspecialties, advanced neurology or specific oncology, some cardiac interventions. You may get referred to El Paso. That's just the reality of living in a smaller city. Now, I've had family transported to El Paso for medical emergencies. It does happen, okay? And I think in the moment, it's a huge stressor. But if it's something that you know you have to have planned, is a 45-minute major medical hub a deal breaker? For most people, not really. I know that for my VA appointments, I travel to El Paso all the time. We have great VA medical facilities here in the city, but for specialties, I do have to go to El Paso. El Paso has University Medical Center and Del Sol Medical Center. Both are large, well-equipped facilities. Having that level of care an hour away is genuinely not a terrible situation. But if you do have a serious ongoing condition that requires frequent specialists visits, come in with eyes wide open and confirm that your specific care is accessible before you commit to a move here. My honest take is for like a healthy retiree or someone managing typical age-related conditions, the healthcare here is more than adequate. Some people find good doctors here. You will be taken care of. But if your medical needs are complex, do some homework first. Don't put yourself in this situation. Okay, now for the part that honestly surprises most people because Las Cruces punches above its weight here. Pickleball. Yes, we have it. And it is growing fast. There are several courts throughout the city. The community is active. And if this is your thing, because I know it's a growing thing outside of Las Cruces as well, you will absolutely find your people here. I know of at least 3 spots that spread across different parts of the city. My personal favorite, of course, is the pickleball courts at the Rio Grande Winery. Pickleball and wine, come on. It's a no-brainer, right? As far as golf goes, we have 4 golf courses in the area, and the weather here means that you can play nearly all year round. Green fees are fairly reasonable compared to California and the Pacific Northwest. I live close to the Sonoma Ranch golf course, and honestly, I'm mostly there just for the clubhouse. We have incredible views from there as well. But they do have good food, good drinks, and it's a great midweek treat for me at least. The Red Hawk Golf Course, which is close to the Metro Verde community, is getting a brand new clubhouse, and it is a beautiful golf course. It's a green oasis in the middle of the desert. I have to find some footage for you guys so you guys can see it from up above. But I do also want to get some footage of the clubhouse once that is done being built. I'm super excited about that one because they also had really good food, and it's a kind of nice little getaway with all the new builds going up out there. The Organ Mountains Desert Peaks National Monument is right in our backyard. These trails range from easy walks to like serious elevation hikes, and the scenery is genuinely stunning. So if you are an outdoor person, this is a major quality of life win. As far as gyms, that's my area. We have Planet Fitnesses. We have a couple around town. We have a 310 Fitness, which is up here in the Sonoma area. Now that one I do love. It's fully equipped with a pool, a sauna. It's got dry and wet saunas actually. Indoor basketball courts, pickleball courts. And then a little bit further closer going into that downtown area, I know we have a Bionic, which is a newer gym that just opened. So if you are trying to stay active here in the city, it's easy and it's affordable. We have a few other areas if you just like to spin or you just like to do Pilates or yoga. We have a lot of yoga places around the area too. So it is very easy to stay active in this community. As far as senior centers go and 55 plus communities, Las Cruces has centers with programs, classes, social activities, and fitness options specifically for the 55 and over crowd. There is a few dedicated 55 plus residential communities as well. If that kind of environment appeals to you, neighbors in the similar life stage as you are, amenities geared toward that demographic, it's a whole built social scene if you really wanted it. New Mexico State University is right here, and it matters more than people realize. Okay, so we have a lot of cultural events, lectures, sports, continuing education. It really does keep the city intellectually alive in a way you don't always get in a lot of smaller towns. Because it is a retiree place, people forget that it's also a college town. Now, as far as food and daily life, we have a solid restaurant scene, okay? Genuinely good food, especially that New Mexican cuisine. National chains and local sports, we've got them. It's comfortable, functional city to live in a day-to-day. So, honest verdict here. Las Cruces works really well for retirement if you want a quiet, lower traffic city where your money goes further. We have mild winters. We have active outdoor lifestyles, and you're comfortable traveling back and forth to El Paso for minimal necessities. And you need to be okay with owning a car in this city. And if you are okay with all of those things, this city will take care of you. Now, it's probably not the right fit if you have complex ongoing medical needs that require frequent visit to specialists and they're not within a local reach. Or if you want a walkability to amenities in a larger metro where you're not used to having a car, this is probably not going to be a good choice for you. But for the right person, this is genuinely a wonderful place to spend your retirement. I have watched people move here from other states, settle into this pace of life, and just exhale. The pace is real, and I say that as someone who's lived in other places and came back home. Now, do your research. Read the comments on this video because, as you'll see, this city is not for everyone. People love it or they hate it. The last thing you want is to spend your whole working life building toward retirement and end up somewhere that doesn't fit you. So ask all the questions, read all the comments, and if you're seriously considering the move, my email and my phone numbers are right down below. 8 years in real estate, 30 plus years living here, I will give you the real answers, not the sales pitch. If you like this video and it helped, subscribe for more honest Las Cruces content, and I'll see you on the next one.